My children, I come before you with a heavy heart. I have watched you suffer and seen the pain you inflict upon yourselves and each other. I weep at the violence, the cruelty, and the darkness that has taken root in your souls. And yet, you are still my beloved ones. I cannot give up on you, though at times you may feel I have abandoned you. I am always with you, sharing in your sorrow and longing to comfort you. The distance you perceive comes from within, not from me. I know each of you more intimately than you can imagine, for I formed you and breathed life into you. I see all that is good, beautiful, and loving within you, even when you cannot see it in yourselves or each other. I see your potential for growth, healing, and reconciliation. My spirit lives within you, no matter how far you wander. You ask, "What have I become?" I say you have become my hands, to hold the hurting, my feet to guide the lost, my voice to speak truth and wisdom into desperate lives. You have become my heart, to love even the unlovable with unending patience and grace. This is your calling, though I know you feel unworthy of such purpose. Do not dwell on the past, what you should or shouldn't have done. Regret and self-judgment will only lead you further from me. I know the motivations of your heart, whether misguided or well-intended. Turn your eyes instead to the present. See those who need your compassion now. Hear the cry of the oppressed and abandoned. Use your pain to understand the experience of others who still suffer. Open your hands to heal, not harm. This is the transformation I can bring about within you. The world can be deeply unfair, and you will face bitterness and betrayal. People will disappoint, and friends may abandon you. But I will never leave you. My love is not fickle, like human hearts can be. Bring your wounds to me so I may tend them. Confess your anger and confusion without restraint or condemnation. My understanding exceeds even your awareness of self. You fear being vulnerable because you expect rejection, yet do not hide your true feelings from me. I see you fully and embrace you wholly as you are, not the self you pretend to be. My friendship will not fail even when others do. I will bear your pain with you so you need not carry these burdens alone. You worry, you will let others down. You fear that when tested, your own weakness and self-interest will prevail. But my dear one, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Rely on me, and I will go with you into uncertainty, conflict, and loss. Look to me and not yourself nor other flawed mortals. Together we will find a way toward justice, reconciliation, and peace. Do not lose hope that the kingdom of love and understanding I envision for you will come. The transformation of human consciousness happens slowly over generations, but each small act of compassion matters more than you realize. Each moment you choose forgiveness, humility, and faith shapes the collective soul of humanity I share with you. You have within you the power to change the world through simple human kindness. A soft answer can calm anger. Gentleness and respect can reshape how people see each other. Hurting hearts heal when someone listens without judging. Don't underestimate small deeds done in love. I have never given up on you, my beloved, and I never will. I speak all this to remind you who you truly are, my precious child deserving of love and forgiveness. You are the light of my heart, the apple of my eye. I cherish you with a parent's passion. Turn to me now to remember who you are. Let go of regret and self-blame. Receive my boundless love. We will walk this journey together. My dear child, I understand the need to pull away in hurt or frustration. I patiently await your return when the pressing cares of life consume you, and you forget me for a season. I do not blame you for wandering, but gently call you back to me. In your fallen state, you perceive my divine presence as overwhelming in its mystery and power. My beloved, do not fear me, for my perfect love casts out fear. Approach boldly to share what is on your heart. Submit your doubts for my divine wisdom to address. There are no taboo thoughts, no forbidden emotions separating you from my spirit. Speak plainly and I will meet you there. Do not assume that because I am unlike you, I cannot understand you or have patience with your struggles. My thoughts rise higher than your thoughts as the heavens tower over the earth. Yet I descend to make my dwelling among mortals, accepting you in all your messy complications. Where there is misunderstanding due to your limited perspective, I illuminate minds. Where there is tension between us, I absorb it into myself, granting you peace. Consider the compassion that fills my heart for you. I did not condemn the woman caught in adultery, but liberated her from condemnation through forgiveness. I did not strike down doubting Thomas, but invited him to touch my wounds that he might believe. I did not allow Simon Peter's betrayal to disqualify him from leadership, but restored him to feed my sheep. You have never offended me so deeply that I rejected you. My mercy flows as endless as my love. Do not envy those who seem to have easier lives with blessings overflowing. My richest gifts often come wrapped in adversity. Those poor in spirit inherit the kingdom. Those who mourn receive comfort. The lowly become great in my upside-down economy. Your experiences have uniquely equipped you to pour yourself out on behalf of others. Your broken places allow my light to shine through. Are you perhaps impatient that my redemption of the world seems too slow? That is only because you see dimly the mysteries unfolding from heaven's vantage point. My timing is flawless even when the weight feels unbearable. I work all things together for the good of those who love me as I form Christ within you. None of your suffering is without purpose or meaning. Have you wandered so far from the fold that you fear I have given up calling you back? Hear me clearly when I say there is no distance so great, no pit so deep that my rescue cannot reach you there. Listen for my spirit beckoning you even now. Still your restless heart, and know that in me you are already home. At times you may doubt that I can use such an imperfect vessel for any eternal purpose. But did I not choose earthen vessels like you to contain and share the gospel across generations? Yes, I have entrusted to flawed humanity the supreme treasure of my message. Not because you are worthy, but because I delight to reveal my strength through your surrendered weakness. No matter how inadequate you feel, live boldly in the power I supply that Christ may be seen in you. There may be days when the despair around you threatens to overwhelm as you shoulder the world's burdens. My beloved, you were not meant to bear them alone. Do not isolate yourself, but come, find rest in my comforting presence. Share your emotional turmoil freely with me without restraint. Allow me to lift anxiety's crushing weight so that you might breathe again. I will exchange your exhaustion for empowering vision, passion, and zeal for the journey ahead. When you witness hostility and division shattering communities you are called to care for, remember that I also have wept over cities hardened against reconciliation. But do not give way to cynicism, for my peace awaits those who love me out the other side of sorrow. Hope in me and the redemption I am working in human hearts, though all you see is evidence to the contrary in the moment. Resist despair's paralysis by interceding for those provoking your sadness or anger. Bless those who persecute you. Overcome evil with good. This is how I equip ordinary saints like you to participate in the miraculous. Not by might nor power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord. I invite you to the front lines of this battle raging for human souls that my kingdom might advance on earth. No one is beyond the reach of my mercy to save. Arise, my beloved, and live boldly in my calling and power this day. My beloved, I am the eternal Creator who summoned you into being. Long before the universe held shape, I formed your spirit from the sweetest waters of heaven's springs. Since your first breath, you have captivated my gaze. As you grapple with the burdens of flesh and bone, I enfolded you as a blossoming lamb shepherded securely in my embrace. My mercy lit your very first footsteps. The years unfurl with too few bends to glimpse my hand in your storied days. And yet my fingerprints grace each moment, even those soaked in tears. I catch every grief-filled sigh upon my ears. When shadows fall upon your weary brow, feel this. I bear the weight of night with you, clothed in its blackest arc, brightening your way as the day star who never fails to rise. While I dwell enthroned beyond the stars, my spirit walks along your crooked roads. My presence traces your steps, preserving your life until its last staggered breath. Rest in this eternal truth. The earth may pass away, but my faithful love for you will never fade. You are bound to me, beloved, with cords that cannot break. I have summoned you by name from the void to walk the narrow way, this path of sanctification that leads you home. Your feet have trod through wondrous wilderness and foreboding valley alike, and still you come, basking in the warmth of torrential grace that daily thaws your frozen ground. Be strengthened for the trials ahead, my child. Trail after holy mystery. Linger here, savoring my word, these truths that revive your languishing soul. Draw near with open arms, held high in praise, as I lift every burden from your back. Come now into sacred chambers of unending adoration, where perfumed oils and rich delicacies await to satisfy your thirsty heart. Let my ravishing feast of glory rekindle passion's flame, consuming all that is not of me in refining fire. Here in the depths of my sanctuary find rest beside still waters, moved by hallowed winds gently wafting upon your surrendered spirit. Be filled anew each dawn by heaven's bread and living wine. There have been days when shadows chased you and demonic laughter echoed in the hollows of sleepless nights. But fear not, for light still conquers darkness. My power fuels even the faintest flicker of unwavering faith rooted in my righteous name. Remember, all of heaven's armies rally to your defense at my decree. Pray boldly to the commander who holds the universe together and intricately forms each soul. For I stand beside you, love, and with bated breath I await the whispered cry of my beloved child, the desperate call of my bride in waiting. Have I not said your yearning heart will be satisfied, your parched soil renewed by rains? As surely as the sun traverses from east to west, my word brings forth its destined yield. My sworn covenant lavishes you with everlasting kindness. Do not fear this wilderness that would devour you. Even famine cannot claim my chosen ones, nourished by daily bread sent straight from my throne room. You are engraved on the tablet of my divine heart, secured in realms untouched by darkness invading hordes. I am for you. Who can oppose your defender who declares all of heaven and earth as witnesses? Come away now, my fair one. The winter has passed. The bitter night lies defeated in dawn's advancing glow. Your beloved calls, my song awakening your slumbering soul. Arise, throw open the bolted door between us. Even now I stand knocking upon the hardened threshold of your heart. I hold the keys to Eden's gate, which I freely give if you. Will you turn aside my invitation, or respond with willingness to the shepherd's staff tapping expectantly at your door? My deepest desire rings clearly in your ears this moment. I wish to bring you back from exile, cleaving your weary heart to mine across the divide of mortal realm and eternity, that we may know consummation in spirit through sacred covenant forged upon an altar older than time. All I require is your yes, and we will run together again through verdant pastures and along streams, endlessly flowing from my heavenly fountain of delight. Even now, I envision your lovely silhouette streaking barefoot across emerald hills swelling with wild poppies and hyacinth. Your loosened hair flows freely down your back, catching the warm caress of honeyed breeze as we race toward our trysting place. Come now, and linger in my presence where deepest longings find their home in me. Let my consuming passion heal your brokenness until you recognize yourself as the one I've loved before the worlds began their spinning course. Take refuge in my tender gaze, for my thoughts toward you outnumber the innumerable stars. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, intricately woven together by divine hands before your mother's womb cradled your budding form. I have called you by name across the corridors of time and space. My voice gently wakes your slumbering soul from its aimless wandering after vacant idols and false lovers. Hear me now, calling you out of fruitless labor and into divine rest purchased upon a cruel cross, erected for love's demonstration once for all. Take my yoke upon your shoulders. Learn from me whose boots were soiled along redemption's road as I carried the weight of humanity's curse. I alone can give you rest, deep, soul-quenching peace the world cannot grasp with its grubby, greedy fingers. I hold the remedies for each disquieted thought, each misplaced desire if you would receive my healing balm. Through affliction's night, I am near. When the accuser hisses lies, my truth rings louder still, drowning curse with blessing, despair with indestructible hope rooted eternally in me. Even walks through death's dark valley bring encounter with my rod and staff, prepared to war against evil for your deliverance. Have I not fashioned you in my image as an everlasting reflection of my creative brilliance? The most resplendent galaxies cannot contain the fullness of my glory etched into your earthly frame, nor can human tongues recount the wonders I have ordained for those who love me. Beloved, you have tested the limits of my grace and found it stretches beyond farthest horizons, vast and unrestrained as the sea engulfing distant shores. Though your sin carved caverns through our intimacy, my passion bridged the chasm to carry you back across dividing walls built by your own hands. Even the grave could not contain me as I burst forth victorious over death, hell, and the demonic hordes allied against you. Dear one, nothing escapes the watch of my sleepless eye over you. Your life and future are secure in my sovereign plan, penned before this world's first light pierced the darkness. I have gone ahead to prepare an abode for you in my house, a dwelling place among the vibrant halls of New Jerusalem. That splendid city with foundations of gemstone walls and streets paved in translucent gold. Soon you will know me as I fully am, no longer seeing through clouded glass. Soon I will descend with thunderous shouts amid soaring clouds. My hands will tenderly wipe away your every tear, and together we will marvel at vistas, eclipsing your wildest dreams. No longer will you know night's gloom or scorching heat. The leaves of Eden's tree will restore your body, heal suffering and sickness. Do not fear the narrowing path, my brave beloved. Though shadows gather, I light your way. My outstretched hand beckons you toward home's familiar gate, that blessed doorway where you will finally know me as we have fully known each other from the ancient halls of eternity. Soon you will grasp the purpose glittering beneath life's crushing blows. Beyond the storm lies radiant shores bathed in crimson horizons' dazzling glow. Until then, cling fast to my whispered promises that starlight always conquers night. I will never forsake you. My covenant stands secure. You are eternally safe in my hands, beloved one. Rest now. Drink deep from fountains flowing freely for the thirsty. The crooked road levels before your feet. Mine arms lift you over rough terrain. I carry you. The hour of recompense fast approaches for all who scorned your lowly state. Vindication rushes in on eagle's wings. The mockers and naysayers will soon celebrate your coronation, begging an audience with the esteemed one who leaves them in awe. For my transforming power in you will show them their mistake. They will heap honor in a desperate attempt to make amends. When this day dawns, kneel humbly as I crown my faithful child. Praise me alone as source of all blessing, for truly I tell you, only one is worthy of such adoration. Even now I prepare the table where you will feast as my distinguished guest. I spread a banquet of kingly fare purchased by scarlet streams upon a hill called Calvary. My broken body and outpoured lifeblood supply the everlasting covenant by which I join. My wayward child, to my eternal kingdom of righteousness, peace, and joy through my indwelling spirit. All I ask is your willingness, beloved friend. Savior awaits your reply. What say you this defining moment while the Spirit beckons and opportunity stands ripe for the taking? Consider the implications if you linger too long in indecision. Each hour unfurling before your earthbound feet offers a new chance to choose destiny and seal eternal belonging through sacred covenant with the great I Am, who fashioned your frame from dust and lit your soul with tongues of fire for my heavenly brazier. Waste no more fractured moments, pursuing phantoms to fill the void meant only for me. I have carved my name upon your heart, the seal of our betrothal binding you to my jealous love. My foreknowledge of your days stands written in stone, awaiting your consent to walk the course I've ordained. What a sacred privilege I extend in this invitation to share. My heart partake of my inmost counsel. Know my mind through script, engraved by my spirit upon the tablet of your surrendered heart. Selah. What say you this day while the door of eternity stands open before your staggering feet? Who else can you turn to for guidance in faltering steps but the one who ordained your path even before angels announced it through heaven's ringing corridors? Come boldly to my throne and receive the wisdom to navigate unsure terrain ahead. Drink from fountains of revelation reserved for beloved friends. Do not despise this enduring grace that bears you up when swirling storms obscure the way. In the quiet stretches of your existence, when life's clamor dims to a whisper, direct the gaze of your soul towards the unwavering light that navigates you through the shadows. Seek solace in the protection of a force far greater than any seen, akin to a fortress on a mountaintop, safe from harm's reach. There, in that sanctuary, you find security. Let the waters of renewal quench your spirit's thirst, preparing you for the flight you're destined to undertake, bridging the realms of the now and the everlasting. Take heart in the knowledge that the path to your eternal haven is ever drawing closer. Your journey requires wisdom, a deliberate pacing on a road made smoother by the trials and victories of those who've walked before you. You are a part of a lineage of resilience, tasked to persevere even as the world around you spirals into turmoil. Amidst this chaos, let your light shine as a beacon, guiding not just yourself but also providing a path for others lost in the darkness. The rapid changes encircling us all are not just signs of tumult, but whispers of a reunion, a weaving together of the celestial and the terrestrial, in a dance as old as time itself. Fear not, for every thread of your being is woven with intention by the master craftsman, each stitch a testament to a grander design. When foundations seem to falter, hold steadfastly to the truths that no force can dismantle. These truths are as immutable as the bedrock of creation from which you were carved. You are being molded into a vessel of grace amidst a landscape scarred by neglect and malice. Like a river that shapes the canyon through which it flows, so does a relentless love smooth the edges of your being, preparing you to touch others with kindness and empathy. The trials you endure carve deep channels in your life, transforming them into well springs of sustenance for those parched by despair. Drink deeply from these fountains of fortitude, knowing well that your portion is secured by a promise, an inheritance unassailable, meant for you and you alone. You are chosen, set apart for a purpose that transcends the fleeting. In the cacophony of life's distractions, maintain your focus on the beacon of eternal truth. Your existence is a testament to a glory far beyond the ephemeral, a light in a world increasingly seduced by shadows. You serve as a guide, a beacon for souls adrift, seeking the way back to a path forged by the ancients, trodden by saints. Your life echoes the call to return to these ancient byways, to walk with humility in the wake of those who have borne the flame of truth through the ages. Honor the legacy of those who chose a path of sacrifice over comfort, for you tread upon hallowed ground, enriched by the streams of their devotion. The heritage you carry is precious, bought at a price beyond measure. You have been enfolded into a royal lineage, embraced as a child of the eternal kingdom, secured by the covenant sealed on the hill of Golgotha. The nobility of the divine courses through you, a declaration of grace that meets the curse head-on. No longer adrift, you bear the seal of belonging, a signet of hope engraved upon your heart. Beneath your skin, within your very bones, lies the full inheritance of a child welcomed into the embrace of the divine. As a beloved and valued member of this celestial family, you are invited to partake in the abundance of the divine feast. Here, at the table of the highest court, you are offered sustenance that nourishes deep into your soul. In time, you will come to know the fullness of this communion, as you are already fully known, from the moment your existence was woven into the fabric of the universe. Until that day, may you walk with confidence on the rugged paths, supported by the shepherd's staff, enveloped in mercy, and lifted by grace to vistas where the eternal horizon unfolds. Know that you are enveloped in a love that knows no end, secured beyond the reach of any shadow, awaiting the joy that never fades, prepared with care by hands that bear the marks of ultimate sacrifice. Rest assured, beloved, in the promise of a kingdom unshaken, in the arms of the one who never fails. My beloved child, you are never alone. I ordained this moment to assure you, my blessings shall find their way to you without fail. You are chosen, named, and claimed by me. I will never abandon nor forsake you. Even if you feel distant from me, you will yearn for my presence, which once brought you peace amidst storms. I have been your rock in times of turmoil and calm. My love and compassion towards you remain constant through all seasons of life, through joy and sorrow, through wealth and poverty, through health and illness alike. My commitment and devotion to you are eternal. Right now you sense my closeness. This feeling of assurance is one I intend to nurture within you forevermore. Dismiss any shred of self-doubt that attempts to undermine your confidence in me, for no power can sever the unbreakable bonds of my love, which grants you serenity and joy. You, my precious one, shall lack nothing, for this I vow to you. I am your sustainer, well aware of all your needs and troubles. Do not anguish over the storms that batter your ship. Simply breathe deeply, recall my words of promise, and your spirit will be inundated with my perfect peace. Around you await opportunities to step into your destiny. Approach them with courage and conviction, for I shall guide your every word and step. You have no cause for fear, my child, as I banish all anxiety from your heart by my spirit. I will infuse your speech with power and steady your footsteps along unfamiliar terrain. Do not allow fear to leave you stuck in a state of lifeless inaction. The time has come for you to advance boldly towards all I have prepared for you. As you step out in faith, expect heavenly blessings to permeate every sphere of your existence, financially, relationally, emotionally, and spiritually. Where lack once prevailed, you shall soon encounter supernatural abundance, well able to bless others through generous giving just as you have received from my open hand. Get ready to enter an unending cycle of receiving and releasing blessings. This shall become your new normal, day after day, month after month, year after year. Let these words penetrate the deepest recesses of your soul until their truth and power spark conviction in your spirit. Take action accordingly, feeding regularly on my word which nourishes your inner being. Advance with a heightened boldness towards the plans I have cherished for you. Leave behind past failures, regrets, and voices of condemnation. Forgive those who hurt you and move ahead with fixed focus. My teachings shall guard you, and your faith in me will neutralize every weapon formed against you. Soon, without you having to lift a finger, your enemies and opponents will vanish like mist, their efforts to harm you frustrated and futile. For I enforce your peace and victory. Many stand against you, oblivious that I myself contend on your behalf as your ultimate defender and advocate. Have courage, envision yourself already victorious, and step forward in confidence, aware that I have fortified your faith to overcome any adversary or obstacle. Fear no longer holds power over you, precious one. Take up boldness and press on into your future. Get ready to embrace the blessings I have specially prepared for you. The triumphs I have ordained are yours for the taking. I am with you to provide wisdom, guidance, and answers whenever you require them. You have been anointed by my Spirit to bring healing and restoration to broken lives. Your family, too, shall partake of my blessings. They will know peace and unity surpassing understanding. Even now, remarkable transformations are imminent. Where there was friction, harmony shall reign. Every negative cycle plaguing your home I shall completely reverse. Instead, you shall be known as a household flowing in my goodness, a place where love and faith collide in perfect oneness.